Wonderful, wonderful. And we're going to go ahead today and start in a seated shape. So if you'd like to take some support, maybe a pillow or a blanket, feel free to elevate the hips. And you might just slide the ankles one in front of the other. So this easy pose. And as you land here, take a moment to settle in. And you might turn your palms to face down in your lap. And then begin to draw your attention to your breath. And just taking this deep inhale through the nose. And then as you exhale, you might take this one out the mouth, sigh it away, letting go. And allowing this gentle shift to settle. And turning the gaze in and into that gesture of slowing down. And in that slowing down, the mind quiets and the breath begins to deepen. And you begin to notice the quality and texture of your breath. Noticing the space where your breath feels open. And softening those edges where the breath might feel tight or restricted. And beginning to slow down so much that you notice the pause between the breath. And it's this pause in the changing tides of life. And the stillness at the top of your inhale. And that stillness at the bottom of exhale. And so we find no matter the direction of life, we arrive into that place of stillness, that place of pause. A hanging in the balance between two opposites, if you will, between inhale and exhale, between day and night, even between life and death. And so as you take these breaths here, settling into the space between, into that place of stillness, that place of balance. Almost as if the moment stretches to infinity and we can linger in between doing the still point or the eye of the storm, if you will. And the practice is to carry this with us into motion, into the breath of life, into the movement of day and night. And so taking these last two breaths here, resting in that gentle pause between, that space between. Beautiful. And that next time you inhale, let the heart come forward. Slide the hands down towards the creases of the hips, lift the heart. And as you exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, let the hands slide to the knee. And two more. Deep breath in, no need to rush. Right? Pausing at the top of the inhale. And as you exhale, round your spine, chin to chest, empty. And one more, just like that. Deep breath in, pause. And that exhale as you round chin to chest. This time, sit tall, sweep your arms wide into the sky. And as you exhale, soften hands down to the heart. And just to take two breaths here, that moment in center, inhale and exhale. And taking one more, lingering in the moment between the breath. And can we carry that essence, that presence with us into the practice today? Release your hands. I'm going to come over the knees and the shins. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead. Maybe you want to pound the tops of your feet just a little bit. Right? Wake up the toes, the feet. Beautiful. And then take the hips, circle them down towards the heels. Nice and slow as you inhale, bring them up to the wrists. Maybe you drop the hips low here. Beautiful. And then change the direction. And again, notice if you can find that space, right? So even as we move here in our practice, can you feel into the air around you? Right? As if you're moving through honey. And where seeming emptiness actually has a quality and a texture, presence. Coming right to center, hands and knees. Take an inhale, cat cow, one more time, belly drops, lift the chest. And as you exhale, push the earth away around the spine, chin the chest. Look forward on the inhale. Little tuck of your toes, exhale, downward facing dog, hips to the sky. And as you arrive, walk out your legs. Feet are at least hip distance here, maybe even as wide as your mat. Hands are shoulder distance apart, and we spread the fingers wide, press to the pointer finger and the thumb. And it's that generous breath in, and the savoring the spaciousness between, into that full breath out. Feeling into the space around you, feel into the space between breath. Meet the seeming emptiness, full of life. Shoulders come over the wrists for plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, hips right back to the sky, downward dog. And take one more deep breath in, ripple forward. And exhale, right back up to the sky, downward dog. Beautiful. Bring your knees back down towards the floor. Let the belly fall as the chest rises. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Beautiful. Looking forward on the inhale. Big toes touch. Take the knees wide. Sit your hips down towards the heels. Come to the pads of the fingertips. As you walk the fingers forward, let the head and heart fall to the earth. And lift the elbows from the floor. Generous breath in. Maybe you even sigh this one out. One more here. Deep breath in. All the way out. Beautiful. Gently rise towards the hands and the knees. I'm gonna bring our feet now so that they're hip distance. I'm gonna take that right foot and step it outside of the right hand. You're welcome to leave the hips high here if you feel tender in the hips, maybe coming up onto a block with the hands. If you'd like to come deeper in, you'll tuck your back toes and just slide that back knee down your mat. We want to keep the right knee in line with our ankle. If you'd like to lower down to the elbows and forearms, please feel free. Beautiful. Deep breath in and all the way out. Good. Take another deep breath. Noticing the space between. Notice the stillness between. Good. One more breath in. As you exhale, we're going to send our hips back. So we're lengthening that right leg. And the right toes flex towards the sky. So if you have a block, you might take it with you. Left hand is going to stay under our left shoulder, and you're either going to bring that right hand towards your sacrum or stretch that right arm all the way towards the sky, taking a twist. Let that right hip draw back towards the wall behind you. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, twist a little more deeply. And one more here. As you exhale, let that right hand come forward and inside the right foot. Right? Fingers to the earth or blocks. Take a breath in, lunge forward, lift the heart. As you exhale, send your hips back. Take a little bow inside the right leg. And two more deep breath in as you lunge forward. Exhale, send the hips back. Pause, empty. Beautiful. One more deep breath in, lunge forward. And that exhale, send the hips back. Good. You're going to lunge forward. Tuck the back toes. You're going to lift that back knee, right? Hands are inside that right foot. Push the earth away. So you're lifting your belly away from the ground. Try to take that right leg out and then all the way to the sky, three-legged. Big breath in. And then exhale, step that right foot down to the earth. Inhale, shoulders come over the wrists for plank. Exhale, bend your knees right back up, downward dog. One more, inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, right back, downward dog. And inhale, look forward, knees drop down. Let the belly fall, lift the chest, big breath in. Exhale, push the earth away. Exhale as you round. Looking forward on the inhale. Use your belly. I'm going to take that left foot and we're going to step it outside the left hand. And so you can stay lifted here a little bit easier for this first lunge in our hips. If you want to lower down or come a bit deeper, you're going to tuck the back toes and then slide the back knee down the mat. You can always come up onto blocks if you would like. Maybe lowering to the elbows and the forearms or resting on the hands. And then firm the left big toe to the earth and invite your left knee to stay over the ankle. Taking that deep breath in and a long breath out. And seeing if you can pause just a moment longer at the top of the inhale, bottom of the exhale. Right? So often we're rushing from one thing to the next. We can't wait to get to the destination. And once we arrive, we're on to the next thing. And so for this last two breaths here, just pausing in that stillness and that spacious everythingness that surrounds us. Last inhale and exhale. Good, big breath in. We're going to send our hips back. So the hands now are still inside that left foot, right? We're taking our left toes to the sky. The right hand comes under our shoulder. You're always welcome to take that block with you. And either bring your left hand to the sacrum or reach your left arm all the way to the sky. And so that left hip is going to hug in and then reach towards the wall behind you. We're going to get longer from the base of the tailbone through the crown of our head. And let the breath expand even the sides of the ribs, the space between the shoulder blades. Beautiful. Another deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale here. As you exhale, let that left hand come forward. Right? We're inside that left foot. Again, take that lunge. Always welcome to have hands on blocks. Lift the heart as you breathe in. Exhale, send the hips back, fold inside your left leg. And two more. Inhale, just that moment to pause. Exhale as you hinge and fold. Beautiful. One more here. Good. So lunge forward, blocks to the side now if you have them. So hands are under our shoulders inside that left foot. And you're already going to start to press the earth away. Tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, right? Hug your belly away from that left thigh, and then swing your left leg around and up to the sky, three-legged, one breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, step it to the earth. Inhale, shoulders over the wrists for plank. This time, knees to the earth. Bend your elbows, chest and chin lower. Come all the way to the belly. One breath, cobra as you rise. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to the earth. This time, bring the fingers wide off your mat. Rise to the pads of your fingertips, elbows to the sky. Tops of the feet are hip distance, Sahajya Bhujangasana. Inhale, circle to the right. And as you exhale, lower to the left. Two more. Deep breath in. Nice and slow all the way out. One more time to the right as you inhale. Circle to the left as you exhale. And then three breaths the opposite way. Inhale as you rise to the left and exhale to the right. Good. So take two more. Come as high or as low as feels good in your body. But wherever you are, root the tops of the feet down. Yeah. When you've finished, one big breath in, lift the heart. And as you exhale, third eye to the earth. You're going to bring your right ear to the ground and let that right arm extend out from the shoulder, palm faces down. And then take a roll to your right hip. And to start, you might just bring that left knee forward and in front of you. If you'd like to come deeper, you're going to roll over onto your right hip. Maybe you take that left knee to the sky and place the left foot behind the right leg. Your left hand can stay to the earth, or you're welcome to reach behind you if there's space. Maybe you grab hold of the fingers. Beautiful. Wherever you are, deep breath in, all the way out. Noticing where we tend to rush the breath. Is it the inhale or the exhale? And find balance between both. Take the deepest breath of the day. Slowly unwind if you've come over to the right hip. Letting the fingers again find the earth, elbows to sky, just one breath through center. Inhale, lift the heart. As you exhale, lower down, left ear to the earth. And this time, extend the left arm, palm faces down, right up from the shoulder. And you might just bring that right knee forward and in front of you. And if you're rolling over to the left hip, then that right knee comes to the sky. And you're welcome to interlace fingers or simply rest with that right arm on the earth. Get a deep breath in, all the way out. Wherever you are, deepen the exhale. I'm going to find another breath all the way in. Maybe you sigh this one out. Good. All the way back to the belly. And again, letting the fingers come to the earth, elbows to the sky. One big breath straight through center as you inhale. Third eye to the earth, exhale and fold. Right hands by the ribs, tuck the toes. Deep breath in. As you exhale, hands and knees to downward facing dog. Take your hips to the sky. One deep breath in, all the way out. Big toes to center to touch. As you bend the knees, inhale, look forward. Exhale here, and then step walk or a light float top of the mat. Feet hip distance as you arrive, halfway lift. Exhale, belly hugs in and you fold. Two more, big breath in, stay light on your heels. You can bend the knees as much as you need. Exhale, fold. Good, one more, deep breath in, little pause. Exhale as you fold. Good, knees bend, arms wide, reverse swan dive, rise up. As you exhale, Samastitihi, hands to prayer at the heart. Good, deep, generous breath in and all the way out. Beautiful. Let the big toes come together to touch. I want to take the heels apart just slightly. I'm going to sweep your arms to the sky as you inhale. And then exhale, sit down, chair pose, letting the thumbs come to prayer at the heart. Now look down for the toes. Now, if you don't see the toes sticking out from the knees, shift your weight back. Right? You're going to sit down really low. Right? Hug the belly in, lift through the heart, deep breath in. As you exhale, prayer twist, bring the left elbow outside to the right thigh. Try to keep the knees stacked. So rather than letting the left knee come forward, you want to keep that even pelvis and that balance in the knees. Right? Left elbow presses to the right thigh, and then try to draw the heart towards the thumbs. Beautiful. Deep breath, soften the shoulders. Exhale, sit low. Good. Another deep breath. All the way out. Good. Take another breath, soft in the space between. Unwind. Inhale, rise up through center. Sweep your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, swan dive, forward fold. One big breath, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Good. Knees bend, fingers to the earth, sink the hips low. And then this time, reach the arms long overhead. Yeah. So we're in this awkward chair, like you're sitting down, right? Nice and low into the seat behind you. Belly is hovering above the thighs. Deep breath in. Stay here, let it out. Take one more deep breath. All the way out. Good, press to the feet. Lift your arms to the sky. Take just a little backward bend in the amount here. And then exhale, sit down, chair pose. Thumbs come to the heart, right? Stay with it. Look for the toes. If you don't see them, weight comes back, right? We sit down low, low, low. This helps us get the twist. Right? Big inhale. As you exhale, this time it's the right elbow outside the left thigh. Try to keep the knees stacked. Try to keep the hips even and balanced. And staying with that sense of stillness and peace, that spaciousness, even through the burning, even through the effort, the fire, the journey of life. And peel the left shoulder blade open, deeper breath in, longer breath out. Stay with that last one. And on your inhale, unwind, rise up, reach the arms to the sky, a little backward bend, and then exhale, swan dive forward and down, Uttanasana, forward fold. One big breath, halfway lift. Exhale, deeply fold. Good. Last little push here. Bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the arms overhead. So you're sitting in that awkward chair. Deep breath, sit low, stay with it. Right? Can we stay in that spaciousness? That feeling of honey around us. Just one more breath. Good. Press to the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And then exhale, last time, swan dive, forward fold. And halfway lift as you inhale. Deeply fold as you exhale. Good. Knees bend, fingers to the earth. I'm going to step the right foot back and then spin inside your legs for a wide leg forward fold. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Hands can always come up onto blocks, or you're going to take that fold from the hips, letting the head fall towards the earth. And wherever you are, take the weight forward and towards the balls of the feet so we get lighter in the heels. And you should feel your hips shift forward so that the hips are in line with the ankles, not sitting back behind. Hands might rest on the earth, palms of the hands parallel to the heels of the feet. You might also walk the hands through the opening of your legs and try to draw the belly between the thighs. Beautiful. And take one more deep breath here. Good. Inhale. I'm going to look forward. So we're walking our hands over towards our right foot, and you might want to take a block or two with you. So if you need to grab one, please feel free. Right? And so we're turning ourselves towards pyramid pose. In pyramid pose, our feet are hip distance. Hips are square to the top of the mat. So that back foot is pointing forward, right, to the front of our mat. If you need blocks, feel free to take the hands up to some support. Otherwise, a few breaths just to let yourself melt over that right leg. And you might take a little bend in the right knee if it feels tight in the back of your right leg. And let that right hip draw in and then press it towards the wall behind you. So we're trying to lift out of that right hip joint. Finding that space between our breath and that space between our joints. For fluidity, for movement, and for greater strength and flexibility. Beautiful. You can inhale, you're going to look forward, right? And so this is where you might take a block with you, right? The block would come for the left hand. We're going to lean and lunge into that right knee. We're working our way towards a revolved half moon, and I'll give a few steps along the way, right? So one step is to bring both hands to blocks underneath you. We're all floating in warrior three. So we can start here, right? Lifting that left leg, toes point down towards the earth behind you. Maybe you have both hands to blocks. And this could feel like a wonderful place to stay. So please feel free. If you want to try this revolved half moon, then you're going to bring the right hand to start on the sacrum. And if it feels like there's more space, you might take your right hand towards the sky. Maybe you want to lower your block. Maybe you don't need a block. It's not more or less yoga wherever you are. Finding that place where you can pause and breathe, roll the left inner thigh up to the sky. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, let both of the hands come back either to the earth or some blocks. You're going to step into that back foot. So bend the right knee, plant the back toes, rise up, crescent lunge as you inhale. Exhale, bend your back knee, cactus the elbows. Inhale, left leg lengthens, fingers to sky. Exhale as you bend that back knee, elbows cactus. One more deep breath in. All the way out. Good. Inhale, reach up. I'm going to spin through center, so lengthen the legs. This time, heels turn in, toes turn out. And as you sit down, goddess pose, let the knees press back, lift through the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Beautiful. Deep breath. Stay here. Breathe it out. Another breath. Let it out. Last one. Into that space between, let it out. Good. Inhale, lengthen your legs. Take the hands to the sky. Right? So if you don't need the blocks, you might just turn those back toes in, taking yourself forward for pyramid pose on the left side. If you need blocks, please feel free to grab them and bring them with you. Right? Feet, again, hip distance. Hips are pointing towards the top of your mat. We'll take a few breaths here in pyramid pose. So you're welcome to rise up or fold and drape the torso over that left leg. And inner thighs squeeze together. Send the left hip back and then try to lift up out of that left hip joint. Can we create space in our experience? And to step back into that spaciousness is to step back into the witness, into that unchanging, eternal self, and the space that's there at the top of inhale and the same space that's there at the bottom of exhale. From our first breath in to our last breath out. And to take that presence with you. And inhale, look forward. And so we're going to all start lunging into that left leg. You might take 1 or 2 blocks here. And just to start in phases, we'll start in that warrior 3 shape. So floating up, letting the hands come under the shoulders. So you're going to stay strong in the belly, strong in the lifted leg. Roll that right inner thigh to the sky. If this feels like enough, stay. If you'd like more, we'll start left hand to the sacrum, that revolved half moon. And if you'd like, you might take that left hand all the way to the sky. The right arm can stay on a block at any height, or you might lower it to the earth. Beautiful. And it's just a few breaths. So you find that same spaciousness here. Good, big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to let the hands come back down into that warrior three. Lean into the left knee. Plant the right toes back behind you. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. And as you exhale, bend that back knee, arms, cactus. Good. Inhale, right leg long. Exhale, bend that back knee. And one more. Good. Inhale, reach up to center. I'm going to pivot in. Again, goddess pose, bend your knees. Let the arms, the elbows slide down, and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. Right? Belly draws in, big inhale. Easy exhale. Right, last two here. Deep breath. All the way out. Last one. Beautiful. This time, lengthen the legs. Come straight to center, fingers to sky. We'll bring the toes in, heels out. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. Feel free to shake out the head and the neck. Maybe you want to find movement to the spine. Maybe you want to bend one knee and then the other, or even rest in stillness. And take these next 5 breaths or so just for you. Good. Last 2 breaths, slowest breaths of the day. Beautiful. And just begin to lengthen your spine. And so we're going to heel toe our feet in. And this coming towards Malasana, in this yogic squat. And so this is a wonderful place as you begin to sink your hips down low to take one of those blocks underneath the sit bones. If you don't have support, you can always come to that butterfly shape, right? Sitting on the floor, soles of the feet together, knees open wide. If you're in the squat, then you'll bring the hands towards the heart, letting the elbows rest inside the knees. Beautiful. And that deep breath in. Easy breath out. Lengthening through the spine. Beautiful. Let the shoulder blades fall down the back. Into that gentle opening of that space between, taking a few more here. Last breath in. All the way out. Good. We're going to come to sitting. So if you have support, you'll slide it away. Let the knees windshield wipe right and left. Left to right. Good. And the next time your knees come over to the right, I'm just going to sit all the way up onto that right hip, making this pinwheel shape in the legs. You can readjust the hips as you need. I'm going to gently twist, bringing our left hand to the right knee and letting that right hand come to the earth behind you, sit tall. Let's take this gentle rinse through the spine. And letting the breath come all the way down into the space of the low belly. And that feeling of fullness as you breathe in. And that spaciousness as you breathe out. Good. Taking one more here, deep breath in, all the way out. Good. Unwind, let the knees float left and right and left. And we'll redesign on the other side, so sit to that pinwheel shape and adjust the hips as you need. Right hand now travels to the left knee, and the left hand comes behind you. Inhale, sit tall. And as you exhale, twist through the spine. And then to stay with the breath in and out. And that pulsation from expansion and contraction. And the breath that is the foundation of life. And this third part to the breath, which is the space between the moments to savor and pause, to witness. And that deep breath, most loving breath of the day. And just take that next breath, exhale, unwind to center, and let the knees float side to side. Beautiful. And that next time you come through center, we're going to bring the feet together, letting the knees open wide. Feel free to turn or adjust if you need on your mat, right? And the feet are going to be slightly forward here in more of a diamond shape rather than bringing the heels in close. And so if you need to sit up on some support, you're welcome to even roll your mat or take a blanket underneath you. You might want a block here, right? Or maybe two, right? You're always welcome to stay tall, or we're working to draw our head towards the soles of our feet. And so this might be a wonderful place to stack a few blocks just behind the heels. Letting the head rest down onto some support, using as much or as little height as you need. Yeah. And you're welcome to let the spine round just a bit here for this pose. As long as that feels safe in your low back. And just inviting the breath to fill the back body. And can you feel into the space around you? Into that texture of life, that fabric of life. And deep breath wherever you are, filling up that little pause. And as you exhale, let the breath go completely empty, empty. And into that same turning point, that stillness of breath. Beautiful. Last one here. And you'll slowly, slowly begin to lift your chest back up. you have blocks, feel free to slide them away and take your knees to the sky. Slide the feet in close. Little cat-cow as you inhale, reach your heart forward. And on the exhale, around your spine, chin to chest. 2 more deep breath in, sit tall. And that exhale as you round chin to chest. Beautiful, 1 more deep breath. Taking that exhale. Good. And sitting tall again on the inhale. So we're going to let that left knee fall towards the earth. Right? I'm just coming to this half lotus pose or this half cross seat. Yeah. Again, you might want to take some support for the hips, and I'll give a few options here. Right? I'm going to start in this seated pigeon variation. So you might just bring your hands underneath that right ankle and maybe around the right knee and kind of rock. You can also try to bring both of the elbows up to hold the shin and the ankle. Right? And just find this little rocking motion. Good. And you might stay here, just any shape with the hands, just gently sitting tall. Maybe you bring that left elbow in towards the right foot and bring the right elbow around the right knee and sit nice and tall through the spine. If there's a wall behind you, you can always use the wall for support. If this is too much, again, the legs just lower down. You can stay here. If you have this capacity to come into this forklift shape, right? And then you're going to bring that right hand down towards the earth. Right? So it's right underneath the crease of the knee, right fingertips to the earth. Left hand takes the outer edge of the right foot. And again, you can stay here, right? Trying to kick that right foot towards the wall in front of you, or you're going to lift that right leg up towards the sky and take the gaze under the left arm. Right? So either here or simply kicking that foot forward. Maybe you're here. It's all yoga wherever you are. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. If that right leg is lifted, I'm just going to rebend that knee. We're all going to pass through, bringing that right foot in front of the left, coming into a cross-legged seat. Then inhale, sweep your arms to the sky. And as you exhale, wash the hands wide to the earth. Beautiful. 1 more. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, wash wide to the earth. Let the fingertips root behind you. Lift the heart, deep, deep breath in, all the way out. Good. Take the hands forward, walk them as far out as you can. Right? Getting longer, that traction through the spine. Just 1 breath all the way in. Sigh it out. And sitting right back up nice and tall. Right foot's gonna stay, and we're gonna lift that left leg. And so you're welcome to, again, find any shape along this way. So you might take that right hand to the left foot. You might take the left hand to the left knee. Maybe you're working here, hugging that knee in. So welcome to draw that shin parallel towards the earth. Maybe you can even find this forklift, drawing the elbows underneath the calf and the ankle. Just creating space. For these next few breaths, maybe you draw the right elbow towards the left foot. Maybe you can hug the left elbow around the knee and use that to sit tall. Another breath. And so if there's space to find this forklift shape, right, then the left hand is going to just lower down towards the mat. Right? Right hand's gonna come around for the outside, excuse me, of that left ankle. And you might just kick that foot forward just an inch or two. Mhm. Or if there's that space, you're kicking it out towards the side and then taking that gaze under the right arm. So wherever you are with that left leg lifted, maybe you're in that forklift, maybe you're just hugging the knee in, taking 3 deep breaths. Good, last breath. If you have that foot lifted, that left leg in a rebend, we're all gonna meet, taking that left ankle, placing it in front of the right. Into that cross-legged seat, big breath in, hands to sky, and just clear the space around you, exhale. Right. One more deep breath in, all the way out. Good. The fingers come behind you, lift through the heart. And then as you exhale, sit forward. Take the hands in front of you and just walk the spine out any amount. And you're just taking one deep breath all the way out. And slowly sitting yourself nice and tall. And so you might need to turn sideways on your mat, but we're coming all the way down to our back. As you arrive, hug the knees to your chest, take this little rock side to side. Good. One more breath to roll your sacrum along the earth. Beautiful. And let your feet find the ground, hip distance apart, knees to the sky, setting up for a bridge pose shape. Right? If you have a block, you're welcome to take the reclined variation. And so the feet and knees stay hip distance. You can just slide that block or a bolster, maybe even a pillow underneath your sacrum. Right? And you choose how much support you'd like. If you'd like to take more of an active shape here, then again, we still find our feet parallel to the edges of the mat and hip distance apart. You'll just root through your feet, root through your shoulders, and then peel your spine off the earth. And if you're in that supported shape, please make sure the support is under that flat bone, that sacrum. If you're in an active bridge, you're welcome to leave the arms by your sides or interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders open. And continue to lengthen the tailbone towards the heels. Beautiful. Belly draws in, deep, generous breath. Inner thighs spiral to the ground. Stay long in your low spine. And taking these last few breaths here, just resting in the space between the breath. The last one, if you're in this active shape, you can stay if you're supported. So if you have that interlace, let it go. And lift your heels, lower all the way down. When you arrive, let the knees windshield wipe side to side. If you're in that supported shape, you'll press to your feet now. And lift your hips off of the support as you slide it away. We'll all meet with the knees, windshield wipe side to side. Good. Next time your knees come towards the right, you're gonna let them fall all the way over. You can take the arms overhead, maybe grab hold of opposite hands. And you're welcome to stay here for a few breaths. You're gonna lift that left ankle and place it on top of the right thigh. Excuse me, the right ankle. Place it on top of the left thigh. Just letting that left knee fall towards the earth. A deep, deep breath in and all the way out. Beautiful, deep breath and out. Good. If that right foot is lifted, please return it. And let the knees float back to the sky as they float left. One more time, right. And then as they come left, you'll pause. And if you have that grip overhead, please change, putting the opposite hand on top. And you can stay here if you want to go deeper than that left foot lifts. And you place your ankle on top of the right thigh and just let the legs surrender to gravity. And that deep breath in, deep breath out. We return to that spacious stillness, top of inhale and the bottom of exhale. And then if you have that left foot lifted, another breath, and return your left foot to the earth. And then the knees again float side to side. Beautiful. And you're welcome to hug the knees in towards your chest. And this is a wonderful place to stay. You might find happy baby instead. Maybe you even want to rest in Supta Baddha Konasana. Right? I'm going to give an option here to come towards Karna Pidasana or Halasana pose. And this, if you have any injuries in your neck or your shoulders, you'll just want to stay here, right? Massaging the low spine. If it is safe and you have a practice of, say, shoulder stand, then please feel free to come in. It's a home practice, right? So just honoring your body. But if you'd like, you can bring the feet over your head, really rounding here through the spine. You can either keep the legs straight, or maybe you come towards that knee to ear pose, Karna Pidasana, letting the knees bend, trying to draw the knees down towards the ears. You can always let the hands support the low back. Most of the weight is in the shoulders, right? So the weight's not really in our neck here. If you come in and it feels like too much, then please just come back, hugging knees to your chest. Deep breath in and all the way out. And last two. Good. If you've taken the legs overhead, right, you're gonna let the arms come down. And you can slowly lengthen the legs. And then one vertebrae at a time, you just roll yourself down. And if you've taken the knees to the chest or happy baby, any other shape, you'll come and meet us. We'll let our legs extend long. And you're going to draw the big toes to touch, draw the ankles to touch, reach through the balls of your feet. Right? Palms face down, hug the elbows in. We're coming to fish pose. So again, if you have a neck injury, you might just lift the heart, keep your head on the earth. If it feels safe, you press down into the elbows, lift your heart to the sky, and then let the head fall back to the earth behind you. Good, deep breath in, all the way out. Good, last one here. Good, let your belly draw in. Lift the head first. If you've taken the chest off the floor, chin to chest, and then come all the way to the ground. And then let the head fall right, left, right, left. Then take the arms overhead, give a nice big stretch, roll through the wrists and the ankles. Take a big breath, lengthen everything out. And as you exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest and then lift the forehead to meet the knees. Taking this big squeeze, hug everything in. Staying for these last 2 breaths, squeeze as tight as you can, this final compression. Big inhale. As you exhale, head to the earth, feet to the earth. You're welcome to take one last windshield wipe if you'd like, of the knees side to side. And we're going to make our way into Shavasana, that final resting shape. And so if you have a bolster, you can take a bolster under the backs of the knees. And just letting the legs come wide and long down on the earth. If you need a blanket or something to cover the eyes, please find what you need. And taking the arms wide, turn your palms to the sky. In that gesture of arriving, take a deep breath in through the nose. And then sigh it out the mouth. And just like that gentle wave, letting go, letting go. Letting go of the effort. And as you arrive in Shavasana, we even surrender our breath. And the breath flows without effort, without force. That unceasing throb of life. And as we surrender deeper into Shavasana, we become aware of that stillness beneath the breath. And even as the breath flows in or out, there is an unwavering presence, that place from which the breath begins and returns. And the essence, the I am which is beyond name, beyond thought, not bound by form. And so we rest in this wholeness of being. I am that I am. Pure consciousness and bliss. I am Shiva. I am Shiva. Just beginning to take these final moments here. You begin to deepen your breath, just lengthening the inhale, deepening the exhale. And again, noticing that gentle pause, that little space between. And begin to deepen the breath as you begin to wiggle awake the fingers and the toes and the fine movement in the wrists and ankles. In your own way, find that gentle stretch awake. Mm. And as you feel ready, just that roll over to one side. And then as you Make that press towards any comfortable seat and just meeting with the hands together, letting the thumbs rest to the center of the chest. Noticing that gentle pause, top of inhale, bottom of exhale, and that we might carry that essence with us off of our mat and into the world. So that loving bow of our head to our heart, and that honoring ourselves and one another for the practice here today, and that deep bow of gratitude. Namaste. Thank you.